Once you go pro, you don't see this feature because you don't need it. I'll show you, however, how you can retrieve it. So local experts is a feature that we expose to generic consumers. When someone installs the app without a referral link, without your smart link, they get to see exactly what you see here. They get to see their name, and then there's this local expert button. And now, once they get in, they have a choice. They're looking for mortgage professionals or realtors. So let's go for mortgage professionals. And suddenly they see a list of mortgage professionals. Now, how is this list generated? This is a list for basically all the pro users that have their own branded version. We also advertise their profiles here. It's sorted by distance. So you can see that I am 76 meters away from myself, from my location that I set up in my profile. So it's sorted by distance, very fair. This means that every consumer at any point in time, when they open up their app, their location or their list will be sorted differently. So you will be on top of their list if you're closest to them. That's basically what it is. We also max it out at 50 kilometers or 50 profiles, whichever comes first. You can configure your location where you want to be at, where your pin is going to be in your admin console. Obviously, on some enterprise apps we have is controlled actually in your intranet. So whatever address you set up, the coordinates are based on that address. Okay, so that's how it looks. And people can search. So it's very, very, very important for you to make sure that your profile is set up properly, because you need a nice picture, you need a proper name, company name. It's also great to have all your social media links built into your profile. We explained that in a couple sessions ago, how you can actually do that. Because when consumers go through this list, obviously there are no 5-star reviews yet. There's no reviews yet on this app. So, but we will expose that at some point in time. So what consumers go by now is they'll be looking at your picture and they'll be looking at your description here, which you're going to have in the next version. You're going to be able to add in your bio. But mostly it's going to be picture, location, and if they want to research you, you better give them the option to do that. And this is through your social media links. So you can put in your social media links and any consumer is able to click on that. And actually one of my staff members is going to correct me, tap on it. It's not clicking. When you talk about an app, it's always tap. So you tap on it and it will open up that social media specific one. So here, for example, I'm going to tap on my Instagram. It's going to obviously open up the Instagram, and that's where my Insta is located at. So super important, make sure your profile is up to date. Make sure you have a picture, because I see a lot of agents who don't. Just make sure you have a picture. If you don't know how to upload a picture, you can either go to your admin console, or if you're on an enterprise app, go to your intranet, make sure you have a picture there set up. So what else do we have here? We obviously have contact, website, email, message, call now. There's also a refer me button. So this was requested by, I believe, an agent a long time ago, where we only had local expert. We didn't have the pro version. And she wanted a way for people, when they find her profile on the app, they want to share with their friends. So in a situation where I look at this list and say, oh yeah, I know Ben, I'm going to refer Ben to my friend. So it's sending your contact information and your email to that particular friend. Okay, so that's your profile. Contact option, we went through it. One thing that's going to come in is the ability for you to add in a calendar link. So make sure you have a calendar link. Once we have that version updated, then at that point, people can book an appointment with you right from the app. So they can just tap on the book a meeting with me button, and it will open up your calendar link where they can schedule something with you. It's very, very convenient way for people to schedule calls with you at their convenient time. And it's great because you can block out certain dates and times so people don't book meetings with you. And if you are busy at that time with another meeting, it doesn't allow them to book on that time. So super convenient, right? Instead of going back and forth, what time do you want to meet? What time do you want to call? Oh, 3:30. I can't do 3:30. How about 2:45? Here's a calendar link. Pick the most convenient time for you and it'll work. Plus it sends out some reminders to them when things are coming up. Okay, let's move on to the next part. Map view. Okay, map is always exciting, right? So let me show you how that looks. Right at the bottom, there is a map. So this is for consumers who want to look at the map. So it pins them right in the center. This is their current location. And then they could zoom out and spin and do a bunch of stuff with the map. And you notice that there are greens and red pins. And it's always a question, why is there green? What's the difference? Really what it is just a grouping, a clustering. So when you zoom out, you obviously don't want to have too many pins in the on the map. It's going to just look very convoluted. So we group them. Once they hit certain distance from each other, you group them and you can just tap on it and it will zoom into that area. Similar is a real estate listings. For example, if you have a real estate listing, once you group it, it shows just a number, 5 properties, 10 properties. So here, a consumer can find a broker or find a realtor, tap on their profile and look at their profile. Now, obviously, I tapped on Reza's profile here and he doesn't have all his social media filled out. So it's a little bit, so I can't really do much other than contact him. So there's not much of a research going on here. So I really advise you guys to make sure your social media is built in and you have your profile picture all set up, because depending on where the consumer is, their view could be just you're the next person over, like here. Okay. All right, so that's the map view. The other thing you can do in this map is you can obviously search. So I'm just going to do a random search. Sandra. So Sandra Ray, for instance, she's got an app. She's located here. This is obviously her office address, and I can contact her. So if I know the name of the person or their location, like I can search for Toronto, and I will find the Toronto area and all the agents within. Okay, so location is very, very, very important. Make sure you set up your location correctly. Alrighty, let's move on to the next search. Yeah, I feel like I'm explaining things ahead of my slides. So you can search by first name, last name, company name, brokerage name, city. And in the future, we will be adding other filters like search by language. People want to speak to that particular broker. So they'll search, they'll be able to search by language. So that's, and of course, in your admin console, you have the ability to add in the spoken languages so that once we have this feature, you're going to be on top of the list for anyone searching that language. Cool. Okay. How do you go live? So how do you make sure your profile is there? So for that, I'm actually going to have to switch and log out and log into my Pro app. If you were to give me 1 second. Okay, so this is my Pro app. Go to admin, and you will be looking for my advertisement right here. So this is where you can choose to go live or not to go live. Okay, it's just a switch. When you do go live, you can actually see your peers in your area and how your profile looks. And if you don't go live, yeah, you're off, you're not public anymore. Some enterprise apps, actually all our enterprise apps, you are advertising by default. So don't worry if you're using My Mortgage Toolbox, My Mortgage Planner, the Home Center app, all those apps that we have that are enterprise, those you're always advertising. So anyone downloading the app from the store without your referral link will be able to see you right away. So you don't have to worry about that. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to show you how that looks. So let's go to one of our enterprise apps here. It's a little bit different. We don't actually allow generic consumers on the enterprise apps because it gets confusing. So actually, this is a bonus. For enterprise apps, when a person installs the app, they have to select a broker, a mortgage broker in their area. And the way they do it is they go through the quick onboarding up front, and then they get exposed to brokers in their area. And this is again sorted by distance, by location. And you can now tell very quickly who I would choose from this list. It's common sense. I'll pick the one that's more customized. So in this case, I'll be looking at Cathy as my broker because everyone else, oh, okay, maybe I'll scroll down and I look at different profiles. But once I pick a profile, here's Katie Wouters, agent. Once I pick my expert, guess what? Now I'm using her app. This is the example of an enterprise app. Okay,